All right, let's get the show on the road. Hello, everybody. This is Drew Thomas here. I thought I'd do a stream about Thomas and the Magic Railroad and, Zootopia because, recently we've been getting a lot of updates and stuff on both Zootopia 2 and the director's cut of Thomas and the Magic Railroad that Cardi is making. So, basically, what this is all about is that, Britt Allcroft had a different vision, unlike the version we got of Thomas and the Magic Railroad, which this in which this version of the movie was to have a villain named P.T. Boomer, and it would also focus on a and it'll also focus more on the humans, like Burnett Stone and Patch and Billy and Stacy. There's going to be a lot more human scenes than train scenes. And at that point, it wouldn't have been called Thompson Magic Road. They would have just probably called it the Shining Time Magic Road or something like that. Because the movie doesn't really focus much on the engines. They get at least 10 minutes of screen time. Well, mostly Thomas anyway. I know it sucks, but at least there's good stuff about the movie to keep us distracted from the lack of Thomas, like, for instance, Diesel 10, and also Mr. Conductor and Junior. Because a lot of people agree that pretty much the movie gets slow. One of these forms of connection being the anything tunnel. Huh. I just hope that your recent rewatch won't be, super bad, because a lot of people have grown up with Thomas and the Magic Road, but as they get older, they realize that it wasn't as good as they thought. For me, I still like it. Anyway, here's
Hello,
Chase.
I'm Mr.
Who's
Conductor, and I'm going to tell you a story about trains, folks far apart, and the magic railroad that brought them together.
That's my line. Anyway, one of these days I'm gonna do a whole stream where I'm just gonna quote the entire Magic Railroad script from memory. I probably might do that for my birthday.
And now we've connected all sorts of other railroads and locations to the magic railroad.
Yeah, because as I've said before, so as shown in Thomas and the Magic Railroad, the big notable way of going through the Magic Railroad is, either using gold dust or traveling on an engine through the magic buffers. However, there's also another way. What if there's anything tunnels, where it works sort of like the Magic Railroad, except if an engine races at a certain speed in a tunnel, it causes a portal to open on a dead end inside a tunnel. For Six Flags, the anything tunnel would be located in the Leaf Tunnel, and there's also, for the St. Louis Zoo, there would be an anything tunnel there because, there are 3 tunnels. So I think that the anything tunnel would be in the tunnel that goes out of Red Rock Station, which is the tunnel before you approach the Wild Station.
Right.
That would probably
Because
be the
that
anything
station
tunnel.
is sandwiched in between 2 tunnels.
Yeah, pretty much. Honestly, here's what I think they should have done. They should have made it like an underground train station, in a way.
That might have been expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard about the Tweety Railroad. So far, the tunnels I know of at the St. Louis Zoo is, obviously Waterfall Tunnel, the Signal/Painting Tunnel, and then the and then the final tunnel. You know, the painting tunnel where the painting is, it used to be a engine maintenance shop.
I didn't know that.
Well, now you do. Apparently that's what I heard from a conductor. But well, they moved all the maintenance stuff at Ventweller, the Wild Station, because well back then we used to be called a completely different station.
Yep.
The same way Old Chicago at Six Flags St. Louis used to be called Allenton Station.
Now the Tommy G. Robertson is also connected, and my railroad is connected. Kick him out. He has that stupid face.
I guess in all fairness, you know. Oh, there we go. That's better.
just okay. Kick him out again. Just keep him off until he decides to stop messing with us. Thank you. Okay, what was I saying? I forgot. Oh, right. I was saying the Tommy G. Robertson and my railroad are now connected.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the Tom G. Oh, yeah. Because Tom G can travel through the Anything Tunnel to get to SNC.
Yeah. Which he actually goes to Grand Junction, which is a town in between Stairway and Chaseville.
Oh, that's just Wyatt. He's, you know, he's just goofing about.
Just in case y'all know, the Stairway and Chaseville are the main two towns, and then there's a bunch of smaller locations in the middle.
Yeah.
Hence why Grand Junction exists.
Yep.
Alright, you done, Wyatt?
Don't say anything.
Hey, he said it. That made me trigger, so.
Oh, I just got dizzy there for a second for some reason. And what the hell is that?
This.
What's what?
I have no idea what that was on his thing.
Wait, on Wyatt?
Yeah, that was an AI generated profile picture.
It was not AI generated. It was from, if you know what the game Friday Night Funkin' is or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I used to play that game a lot, but I don't play it as much anymore.
Yeah, my brother went through a phase where he was like addicted to that game, but now he doesn't play it as much. He just listens to the music.
I know that's me. That's exactly me.
I just
honestly, I think the music's annoying. It's just beep boop boop bop boop boop beep.
Okay, they're vowels. They're not just beeps. They're vowels.
Yeah, AEI wants to fucking kill this.
AEIOU.
I know what the vowels are.
Guys, I just
we all heard the vowel song.
Guys, I wish we could just go back to the day when we had our Six Flags trip. That was.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, Drew, nice video with me as the front. I realized that my picture goes on either your thumbnail or the beginning of your video.
Wait, what?
Well, Drew, did you the picture you used for the beginning was me standing in front of Tommy G with the model Tommy G.
I don't know why they didn't make that the automatic thumbnail. Instead, it's just Wyatt's face.
Yeah,
it's Wyatt staring.
Yeah,
I'm gonna quickly fix that.
It's just this goofy face.
Which face?
It's this goofy face as.
No, it's not. It's just Wyatt. It's just you staring into the camera.
I know that. I showed that to my friends this morning about that.
That smile makes me think of Sus Bob. Or
Oh my god.
Strawberry Bob. This is Sus Bob. This is Strawberry Bob.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Honestly,
let's change that profile picture before people continue to make fun of Wyatt.
honestly, I really would. I honestly still think about watching freaking Love It First Friday Night. I mean, I told you, I love that show. It was good. I'm gonna watch it again. Oh, that's the
Honestly,
front
Love
view.
at First Fright is one of the best shows at the park. Anyway, this isn't about the stream isn't about Six Flags, so this is more about Thomas the Magic Road and Zootopia. So let's try to get back on track before we
Okay.
get more derailed.
There's just one thing I want to mention about Six Flags.
Okay, one
One
more
more thing.
Love
The
It
too
First Friday.
loud on your video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I pulled too hard on the whistle cord. Question mark.
Yeah, and the scene before the goodbye, well, say when it said that Tom G was close for the rest of the night.
Good night, Colossus. Good night, everybody. Say it real quick.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
Because all we could see was Caroline sticking out.
You could hardly see Colossus. That's what's funny.
Yeah, I just saw American Thunder. That was it.
Anyway, back to subject. Apparently Robert Irwin, who is an Australian guy who's been on Bluey, is going to be a part of Zootopia too. They have also revealed the Benjamin Clawhauser animatronic at Walt Disney's Animal Kingdom for the Zootopia show Better Zoogether. So, which that was to replace the Chase.
They also announced too that in the background poster they're gonna have this on a background poster.
Okay, looks like it's just me for the rest of the stream. Anyway, I'll let the back end when I finally finish discussing stuff. Anyway, so basically the Benjamin Clawhauser animatronic is to replace the Hopper animatronic from It's Tough Being a Bug, which that show apparently I've heard it has parts of the show that sting you. There's like this stinging part of the show, and then there's like a part of the show where it feels like bugs are crawling under you. And well, there's also a stink bug smell, but instead they're going to remove the stinging. They might keep the other parts. And sorry about that. My fucking dog was barking. I want to put those bitches down. Anyway, as I was saying, basically they're going to get rid of the old tough being a bug stuff. The only thing they're going to keep is the smell emitter, except there's going to be a new smell. There'll still be 3D glasses, except it's going to be called Carrot Vision. I don't know what they're going to do for the bug feature. I think they're going to probably replace that with something else. So far, all we know about the show is that unlike It's Tough Being a Bug, which feels like you're in the world, Zootopia Better Zoogether is pretty much you're watching the live performance on TV, and it's gonna have different shows like a drone show at Little Dengia, and then a Marsh Market Mermaid show where there's gonna be a bunch of seals dressed up as mermaids, and then there's gonna be a ice skating show, and there's also a new character called Heidi Howler, and then at the end there's going to have a performance of Try Everything. There's also going to be a song performed by Jennifer Goodwin, the voice of Judy Hopps. You can hear the instrumental of the song on during the cast member preview day whenever they reveal the new Nick and Judy costumes. And then they also released a clip of Judy in the recording session singing the song, which You can pretty much watch it on the official Disney YouTube channel or Disney Parks YouTube channel. And yeah, so far I know the lyrics are, put your paw in mine. As we start this collective howl, we are united together now. Honestly, I can't wait to hear the full song all the way through. Which has me thinking, is Nick and Judy gonna sing or what? I know Judy's gonna sing, but why? What does that mean? Oh, they left. Oh man, I was gonna let them in as soon as that was done. Oh well, looks like it's just me. Um, so Robert Irwin has also appeared on Disney on Dancing with the Stars, where he danced to Try Everything with another character who was wearing a gray dress, and he was wearing this shirt and pants that were just like our pal Nick Wilde. I'm talking green tropical shirt and gray pants. Except he didn't have a tie on, which was strange. Try Everything is a banger, and I love hearing it at Six Flags St. Louis. I don't know if I heard it play at the St. Louis Zoo, but I hope so. I did hear Hips Don't Lie. It makes you feel better. Uh-oh. Sorry, that was a sneeze. I did hear Hips Don't Lie by Shakira at Candy Crossing. It was playing in Candy Crossing, which is near where the Starbucks is. It's in Lakeside Crossing. It's basically a candy shop where they sell fudge, caramel apples, and candy items. Anyway, I don't think I've heard Try Everything play at the St. Louis Zoo, though. I did, however, hear it play at a Chuck E. Cheese. They played the music video on the show tapes. Of course, I saw that playing on the TV, and I was like, "Oh, hey, it's Try Everything from Zootopia." I don't know. Honestly, I'm glad that nobody's spamming stuff now, and no one's calling me a furry for liking Zootopia. Anyway, what else? I might get some of the new Zootopia 2 merch. Like, I might get the new Judy and Nick look. The real question is, I wonder if I should. I wonder if I should bring that new look for Judy and Nick, or if I should just keep them in their first movie look with the tropical shirt and pants and Judy's police uniform. Basically, should I put White in timeout? I'm not going to do that. White is too good to be put in timeout. He has the rights to spam. He's just being funny. My favorite Zootopia character is probably Judy Hopps. Not just because most people. Well, I'm not like most people who are like, attracted to her like that because of her shape and size. But well, honestly, I sometimes relate a lot to Judy. I sometimes am overly optimistic. I sometimes say stuff that that I probably shouldn't say. Like, for instance, the whole biology thing during the sad part of Zootopia. And while I also try my best not to give up like her, and she's also inspired me to be a really useful railroader and stuff. And at the same time, also a really useful worker. And hearing Try Everything play whenever I got up Batman the Ride for the first time, I felt like that was Judy congratulating me. That was like before I introduced Judy into Drew Thomas. I've considered it from towards the very beginning. Yeah, but hey, like Try Everything, it says I won't give up, I won't give in until I reach the end, and then I'll start again. Which, for some reason, Mr. Enter hates the song Try Everything. But it's not that bad. At least it's low on his list. And not as high as, like, any song like Let It Go or whatever. I'm really excited to hear the new song "Zoo" by Shakira. I wonder if they're gonna play it at zoos. Like, I wonder if they'll play it at the St. Louis Zoo. If I were to make it into a Drew Thomas music video, I would probably show random parts of the zoo when she goes zoo, 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 or whatever. Okay, I used to hate Let It Go and Frozen, but honestly, though, Frozen is not that bad in my opinion anymore. Oh yeah, the the DMV Flash scenes. Honestly, Flash is such a hilarious character. Anyway, I think probably I don't know what my favorite scene. I think my favorite scene in Zootopia actually is definitely the train chase. Same could be said for Magic Railroad, but if you don't count Magic Railroad's train chase with Thomas, Lady, and Diesel 10, I think my other favorite scene would probably be um probably Thomas traveling through the magic buffers. So honestly, that scene is just so powerful, and it's like one of the best Thomas moments in the movie, whenever he's on screen, of course. Um, I've actually figured out how the Magic Road is connected in the Drew Thomas universe with, well, the Anything Tunnels and Magic Buffers. So at the St. Louis Zoo, there's a set of buffers towards the engine shed that the vacuum engine sits on, and basically, um, whenever a Zone engine goes through it, they can easily go through on the Magic Railroad. Yeah, I try to get people to yell in the tunnels. Well, not really yell, but like scream and cheer. Maybe because that's one thing I loved whenever I rode the St. Louis Zoo train or Six Flags train when I was a kid. And everyone would start cheering so they can hear themselves echo in the tunnel. They would whoop and holler and scream. Like the last time I went to the zoo, actually, people were cheering in the tunnels. It was a lot of fun. Honestly, I'm really excited for Boo at the Zoo. I can't wait to. I'm actually going to film an episode at the zoo too. Well, I'm going to also get more nighttime footage of the trains going by too. So I'm probably going to do one round trip, and that'll be used for the nighttime scenes on the train. And then, you know, that's actually a good question. What if Diesel 10 grabbed Lady? Well, I mean, as stated in the current draft of Thomas and the Magic Railroad, the reason why Lady was destroyed was because Diesel 10 chased her and used up her, which doesn't make sense. But I honestly think what probably would have happened is that he probably would have used his claw, grabbed onto Lady's bunker, and then pushed her really fast. And then eventually, when she went at a really fast speed, he eventually wiped her off the tracks. I've seen this rewrite of Diesel 10 Means Trouble, where they had Diesel 10 singing his own version of Itsy Bitsy Spider, except it's about him crashing Lady. He said, "Up came the Diesel and wiped the steamy out," or something like that. Honestly, whenever Diesel 10 sings nursery rhymes, it just cracks me up. How he sings, "Old McDiesel had a plan. I've been working on the railway." Honestly, as much as I would have, honestly, Keith Scott, all respect for him and his death, but he definitely would have made Diesel 10 sound more like an average Disney villain. But while Neil Crone gives Diesel 10 this awesome voice with his Jersey accent, it was originally going to give him a Russian accent, but because it was deemed too offensive, they replaced it with a Jersey accent, which is just funny hearing that from Diesel 10. Lady, I don't think Lady crashed off the viaduct. I mean, the least that probably happened is that she crashed off a bend. because there was another voice instead of Keith Scott that was going to voice Diesel 10. It was the same guy who voiced King K. Rool, but yeah. Oh, Mr. Krabs watching THX. Honestly, honestly, he would genuinely deserve it. Mr. Krabs is a rich a-hole. Anyway, well, it was something comical that Neil Crone was doing. He was just messing around in the recording booth, or he was messing around with like Kevin Frank and stuff. Honestly, the vast majority of Diesel 10's dialogue were all ad-libbed, and Britt Allcroft loved the scenes so much that she just had to keep them. Same thing for the Tumbleweed. Originally the Tumbleweed wasn't supposed to talk, but Britt Allcroft found it so funny that she had Neil Crone go in and voice the Tumbleweed. Which also explains why he comes to life, because as you can see in the current draft, whenever the coal truck goes through the buffers, the Tumbleweed touches the buffers. So anything that touches the Magic Railroad can become sentient. But yeah. Why would Tex team up with Plankton? Plankton is evil and he wants to steal the secret recipe. I mean, I guess maybe Tex realizes that it was just all a scheme, so Plankton could get the secret formula. Then Tex realizes, oh wait, and then just squishes him. But yeah. They kind of did that with Calling All Engines. Because in Calling All Engines, Diesel 10 was no longer a villain. He was just this engine who was just grumpy. And Thomas and Percy were rightfully scared of Diesel 10. And then eventually, Thomas overcame this fear when he knew that he had to ask Diesel 10 to help clear the blocked track so he could get George and bring him to mend the runway. And then Diesel 10 became a villain again for Dave the Diesels, only for him to have a redemption arc whenever he cowers when Sir Topham Hatt comes out. Honestly, they should have had it to where Diesel 10 grabs Sir Topham Hatt, so the engines would try to calm him down. Then Diesel 10 would see the error of his ways, and then put down Sir Topham Hatt. But instead, they just had it to where he would just cower whenever Sir Topham Hatt came in. Honestly, I don't think Dave the Diesels is as bad as Bubba is, though. Because Big World, Big Adventures is definitely my number one least favorite Thomas movie. Now, it's not super terrible, but honestly, they got a lot of things wrong. Like, everything felt stereotypical, and it also started the downfall of Thomas. Ace was an ace-hole, and then, I actually like Misty Island Rescue. The way I would rank the Thomas movies is, my lowest three would be, my least favorite, my most least favorite is going to be Bubba, and then my second will be Dave the Diesels. Third would be Misty Island Rescue, not because I hate it though, but mostly because of the out of character Thomas moment of him saying how diesels can't be useful, which I understand how that part can be pretty bad. But Misty Island Rescue, a few reasons people hate it is because of the rhyming, and also because of Thomas doing out of character dumb decisions. Honestly, it's not that bad. My favorite scene from Misty Island Rescue is definitely the scene of Whip and Percy getting him out of the tunnel. Honestly, I do like the rewrites that Unlucky Tug wanted to do, because honestly, it genuinely felt a lot better than the one we've gotten. And also would have made the Diesel character arc a lot better, too. Yeah, a lot of people hated Bash, Dash, and Ferdinand. Honestly, they weren't that bad, in my opinion. They were funny, actually. Me, White, and Chase like to quote the Shake Shake Bridge scene, by the way. Me and White do it especially on the rope bridge at Silver Doll City. We call it the Shake Shake Bridge. Where as we're walking on it, it shakes and we just have to sing the rhyme. Shake, shake, make me quake until I shake. Yippee! Honestly, the Shake Shake Bridge was just fun to go across. I definitely need to go back to Silver Doll City and go over the Shake Shake Bridge again. Yeah, I call it the Shake Shake Bridge because, yeah, it does shake. Sometimes, though, it gets on people's nerves. Honestly, that's why I have to wait for people to cross it, and then we start shaking and quaking. But yeah, yeah, I thought so too. Another reason why I like Misty on Rescue is that it takes me back to my days when I was a kid, and I would wake up before my mom and my dad and my kid and my siblings do, and I would watch Misty on Rescue on the TV before zoo visits, whenever we would visit the St. Louis Zoo. I think this started in like 2014, I believe. That was when I was mostly sticking to the zoo. The year I went to the zoo the most was definitely 2017. Because I went there a lot in 2017. A whole lot. At least. I remember going in February. My Nana surprised me. I'm not sure what happened after that, but yeah. Another sneeze. Oh, I keep sneezing. My sinuses have been acting up on the stream, I guess. Diesel 10 did kind of change, actually. Instead of an evil villain, he's just this grumpy engine that Thomas had to get help from to, you know. I suppose let's talk about another supposed Magic Railroad canon story. So there's a Thomas the Tank Engine book called Thomas and the Beanstalk. It basically focuses on, well, Thomas telling the story of Jack and Beanstalk, and then the next day he's transporting beans till eventually Diesel 10 roars by and he causes him to crash. And then eventually Thomas is knocked out and he has this dream of some sort of a beanstalk growing from the magic beans in his freight cars. And then eventually they go up to a castle which is owned by a giant. And he's playing with this toy train that's golden. It has golden coal. That sort of reminds me of Lady in a way. And Diesel 10 is in the dream too, but in a much larger form. And he's seen with a giant. As the giant is playing with the toy train. And he sees Thomas too. Then eventually they escape, so Thomas has to bash into the. But then when the giants start to come down the beanstalk, and along with Diesel 10, Thomas eventually smashes the beanstalk with James and Percy, and then it falls over. Then Thomas wakes up, and James and Percy are helping him out with the breakdown train or Rocky, and then Thomas tells him about his dream, thinking that it was real, but But the agent shrugged it off, saying that was just a dream or something. But then Thomas's driver finds a piece of golden coal. That's basically what happens in the story of Thomas and the Beanstalk. Honestly, if I did my own version of that, I would have it to where it was Thomas, Giggles, and Nutty. Well, mostly Thomas and Giggles, because in the episode Once Upon a Time, Nutty wasn't the Beanstalk. Instead, it was just Giggles. And, well, yeah. Honestly, I'm really looking forward to this Magic Railroad rewrite, or this Magic Railroad Director's Cuts that Cardi's working on. I was just talking with one of my pals, Michael, about it, and he was indeed over the hill excited for it, considering that he hated the version we have now. Well, I don't think he full on hated it. I think he probably had a soft spot for it. But yeah. Misty on Rescue and Thomas and the Magic Railroad are two of my favorite Thomas movies. Zootopia didn't come across until 2016, obviously. I remember the night I went to see Zootopia. I went to the Cuba Drive-In, and it was 2016. That was back when I was 13 years old. We, you see, my sister was in Tennessee for a trip of some sort, and well, I remember we went to go to the drive-in for a double feature of Finding Dory and Zootopia. At first, I was most excited for Finding Dory, but I was willing to give Zootopia a chance because I thought maybe it's going to be a good movie. And sure enough, I was right. As much as I loved Finding Dory for it being a sequel to one of my favorite Disney Pixar films, I loved Zootopia as well, especially since they have trains in it. That's amazing why I think that Zootopia and Thomas and the Magic Railroad are connected, because they both have railroad lines and trains in their movie. I think by far the train chase, if I had to choose my train chase, it would probably be the Magic Railroad chase. Now, don't get me wrong, I love how much action there is in the Zootopia train chase, but honestly, Thomas and the Magic Railroad has a great train chase too. Speaking of chase, let's try to bring him back in. On second thought, you know, I think he finally sent his lines. Wow, we have 11 people watching. Honestly, I love how the Magic Railroad connects. I love how they utilize the Anything Tunnel from Shining Time Station. Honestly, I know a few people who love Thomas and the Magic Railroad. Like, one of my coworkers loves the movie and plays it for her kids sometimes. She also loves Zootopia. Originally, she had a bunny named Jew the Dude, which was a guy. I guess is that she wanted to name her Jude. She wanted to name him Judy if he was going to be a girl, but said he was a guy, so she called him Jew the Dude. Anyway, honestly, bunnies are such adorable animals. I think those are probably my favorite. Maybe that should be my Zootopia character. Like, what if I was a bunny? Because I mean, Mr. Conductor ate carrots and celery to help think. And while what if Mr. Conductor became an animal, he became a bunny, hopping about with little buck teeth. Honestly, though, I would definitely love to be a bunny if I was a Zootopia character. I'm not saying it's going to be like a fursona, because, well, obviously I'm not a furry. If I was a furry, I would think that was an animal, which I'm not an animal. It's just a what if I was an animal. not saying that I will be an animal. Because honestly, I'm Mr. Conductor, not Mr. Bunny Rabbit. Well, I mean, a lot of my favorite characters are bunnies, like Cuddles from Happy Tree Friends, Bugs Bunny, Lola Bunny, Judy Hopps. Honestly, bunny characters are just so amazing. A few other bunny characters I like is the Easter Bunny from Rise of the Guardians and EB from Hop. Oh, Bonnie from Five Nights at Freddy's is a good character. Let's see. Trying to think of other bunny characters. Honestly, I like Rabbit a little bit too from Winnie the Pooh because I sometimes relate a lot to him. I'm a little bit of a bossy ruler or whatever, and yeah. Honestly, if Rabbit was king of the world, Lord help us all. The fact that a bunch of Winnie the Pooh Go animators make grounded videos out of Rabbit. Yeah, apparently they make grounded videos out of Rabbit. Um, there's also Johann the Rabbit from Baby Buck, which that's just only a drawn character though. Trying to think of other bunny characters I like. But so far I just have my main three: Cuddles, Judy, and Bugs. Honestly though, I've been considering maybe getting rabbits. Like I mean, before we raised rabbits until they got worms and they died. Yeah. So, so eventually, yeah, we we closed the bunny chapter for a while. I think I might reopen it myself and get myself a bunny or whatever, because I mean, bunnies are so cute. Honestly, I would love to. Honestly, I think it would be nice if I had a bunny because I don't think they're as noisy and they're also really cute and soft. Honestly, I hope that there's a petting zoo at the St. Louis Zoo because I would love to pet a bunny again. Bunnies are so cute. I love bunnies. Honestly, at least I have my Judy Hopps and Cuddles plushes though. And every time I go to Six Flags, I can always find Bugs Bunny, give him a big ol' hug. Or maybe I might get a Bugs Bunny plushie or something. Just so that, although maybe I might not, maybe because I want to make the hugs with Bugs Bunny at Six Flags special. Same thing for Daffy Duck and Tweety Bird. I could just go to the park and hug him there. Because honestly, those hugs feel very special. I'm running out of stuff to say. I've actually made a whole Google Doc about the Magic Railroad guide and stuff. Yeah, I made like a little guide to the Magic Road and the destinations it goes to. I've listed the districts and the destinations like Six Flags, Silver Dollar City, and Zootopia because they have different areas around their lands. Like Six Flags has Britannia, 1904 World's Fair, DC Comics Plaza, Illinois, Chitters Market, and I believe I mentioned Britannia. Did I mention Britannia? I think I might have missed Britannia. I'm not sure. And then Zootopia, there's Tundra Towns, O'Hara Square, Savannah Central, Rainforest District, and Silver Dollar City has many other districts like Valley Road, Wilson's Farm, and trying to think of another one, but sort of. Let's try to get some more people in. let's talk about that Zootopia AI thing I just found. It's basically Nick eating a bunch of blueberry pies, cheese, and drinking a lot of milk before eventually his stomach hurts. And then eventually he goes to shit on the toilet and he overflows the toilet with diarrhea. And the song is just fucking ridiculous. They literally take regular images from Zootopia 2 and turn it into like these poorly made AI videos. It's just so fucking stupid. There's like this girl singing this ridiculous song about how Nick ate too much shit and he just starts crapping. At the end, she just goes, "Poor Nick," or something like that. It's fucking, yeah, kind of like Shrek from SML. I still remember, although. Oh man, that video was so weird though. Honestly, I'm gonna send it to. No, I'm pretty sure they already saw it. Oh, Wyatt's here. I was just talking about the ridiculous AI video I watched last night of Nick Wilde.
So, you want somebody?
Yeah, I sort of talked about all I needed to talk about. So here I am. Oh yeah. I left at some of the Shrek scenes too from SML back when SML was actually funny. Nowadays Shrek is just gone because, well, Logan doesn't want any more copyright infringement notices from any more companies because he already got one from Nintendo. So what's gonna happen to Shrek? Is it just gonna be a fat guy who's just crapping all the time or something like that? Some like fat bastard from Austin Powers. That's his name, Fat Bastard, played by Mike Myers.
Oh yeah, yep, I know what you're talking about.
Get in my belly! I'm going to eat you! Honestly, Austin Powers looks fucking stupid, but honestly, I think it's a funny kind of stupid I would actually enjoy. Honestly, I can't stop thinking about that stupid AI Nick Wilde video. I saw the thumbnail, I was like, oh boy, how are they gonna ruin my favorite characters? By making some sort of nonsensical song about Nick eating too much blueberry pie and cheese and drinking so much milk before eventually having diarrhea overflowing the toilets. Oh man. Let me just read Josh's comment, and it pretty much sums up what happened. Yes, I agree. It was definitely the worst. Honestly, that was just a nightmare. Oh man. I'd rather not show it to you guys because one, it's fucking ridiculous. Two, I don't want to promote AI slop. And three, why? I don't have to put myself through that hell again. It was so fucking stupid. Like, the song sounded ridiculous. All the clips just looked disgusting. At the very end, I was speechless. I didn't even know what to say. I just sat there with I was just sat there face palming. I was like, what the fuck even was this? Yeah. Honestly, people who make this AI slop need serious help really fast. Like, they need to find help. They need help. So, only you can help us get help for those poor AI exposing bastards who are exposed to the idiot box creating artificial intelligence videos. That's not artificial intelligence. If anything, it's a lack of intelligence. So I suppose it could, like, honestly, AI is just, it's never going to make, the fact that people are using AI to create other ridiculous stuff and Sora AI is making things look really realistic, it's starting to scare me. Like, someone did a whole recreation of the episode, I was a teenage Gary and Scaredy Pants, except they used Sora AI, and it was just, it was weird. Honestly, I can already guess that many people are going to create more AI slop for Zootopia 2 after it's done. Like, maybe make AI slop Zootopia 3 trailers. Honestly, though, seeing that AI slop video made me want to read the Borba comic, the I Will Survive Zootopia comic about Judy not wanting her child. No, that's worse. That's just as worse, actually. We don't talk about that. I specifically put on my Zootopia group or Magic-topia group not to talk about that or Sodor Dark Media, like Sodor Dark Time, Sodor Fallout, like, fuck's sakes. The island of Sodor is a place of happiness, sunshine, cupcakes, rainbows. I know that's not the real world and they're trying to be more realistic, but at the same time, don't make it too dark. Sir Topham Hatt is not a tyrannical dictator who will kill all his engines. He cares for his engines. He doesn't want to see a single one scrapped. Heck, he literally approved of Douglas saving Oliver. He approved. Do you hear me? He approved. So leave them alone. Leave Sir Topham Hatt alone. He is not an engine killer. Shed 17 is a good example of Sodor Dark Media. Like, that is one thing I just cannot stand. Just Shed 17 and stuff. I'm not saying that this fan media is bad, because honestly, there's like worse. Like, obviously there's the Team Awesomeness crap, and then there's but at least Team Awesomeness isn't really causing much trouble for me nowadays. How recently I did hear that Conjunction has been experiencing. He's not even called Conjunction anymore. I'm just gonna say call him by his first name, Xander. Xander's been experiencing some controversy again. Xander hasn't done anything wrong yet so far, though. If anything, Xander and I are getting along just fine. He hasn't been causing me much trouble. Honestly, though, he's also animated a bit from one of my videos, actually. So yeah. Oh, that's a shame. I guess it's gonna beat the shit out of his router again. It was probably gonna call him to a stream and start yelling. Anyway, well, we got 7 minutes left, so, and 7 people watching. Chase, I know you're in there. Come join me, Chase. It's like that scene from Inside Out 2 with Anxiety saying, Joy, I know you're in there. I need to watch that movie again, Inside Out 2. Honestly, Inside Out 2 was actually a little bit better than the first Inside Out. Well, I think it was just as good, actually, but yeah. There's a lot of stuff I liked about Inside Out 2. Like, honestly, I loved how I loved Bluefy. How it was a parody of Bluey, Goofy from Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and Mickey from Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and Dora the Explorer. Instead of a backpack or Toodles, it's Pouchy, where you have to summon him by saying "Oh Pouchy," and he literally has a bunch of stuff in his back in his mouth, like mostly dynamite though. That's what makes it funny. The fact that he has mostly dynamite. It's just funny. He has all sorts of other items, but everyone knows that he's going to pick the dynamite. Honestly, Anger's reaction sums up how I am whenever I watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Mostly classic Mickey Mouse Clubhouse though, because Mickey Mouse Clubhouse Plus isn't as bad. I haven't seen many episodes since the first one though yet, so I still have yet to see the train episode. Oh my gosh, there's Chase. Right on time. We've got 5 minutes left. I was just talking about this. I was just talking stuff like one of the things was the stupid AI Nick Wildslop.
I heard something about Shed 17.
Yeah, I was talking about how sort of dark media just, isn't my thing. And I'd rather keep that out of
Yeah.
my Magic-topia groups.
Yeah.
So honestly, go ahead. He felt silent.
Would those count?
What?
Would those count as Thomas dark media?
Yeah, Shed 17, Project G1.
Oh, yeah. Oh, did you not hear the other two I mentioned?
No.
Oh, Timothy the Ghost Engine. You ever heard of him?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Strasbourg.
Okay, those can count actually because, honestly, the Timothy face was
Thomas.
actually
Sometimes
made.
they call it Voidless Thomas.
Yeah, because, honestly, the Timothy Thomas was actually made during production of Magic Railroad as a prank. Also, I found some Trackmaster 3D printed faces on eBay, and I'm considering getting them. So I can attach it to my Thomas.
So that way you don't have to Photoshop a face over it every time.
Yeah, sadly it has one happy face, which looks a lot like Magic Railroad Thomas, and then there's a sad face, which is also used in Magic Railroad, actually, but yeah.
Yep. I like the is it the concerned face? Or what's that face called? The one where Thomas is like, phew, that's a funny smell.
Oh,
From Gordon Takes a Dip.
Yeah, I pretty much call it the confused or grumpy Thomas face.
I forget what face. You know what face I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah, I know what face you're talking about, where his
Yeah.
face is all scrunched up.
Yeah, he's like, can you smell a smell?
Yeah. If Diesel has unfinished business, there's sure to be trouble right around the corner. That's another example.
You should have known that was Thomas pulling you and not me. Does that sound like a steamy's whistle? Beep, beep.
Wrong movie, Chase. I'm
Sorry, I just had to do
That's
that.
alright.
Yeah, I do like the idea. Wait,
Oh,
so
yeah. They do have a Tomy face. They do have a Tomy with that face, actually, a Tomy engine. Same thing for Thomas, like for the Thomas and the Jet Engine set, which has the surprise face Thomas and the Jet Engine.
So, Drew, one question about the Magic Railroad. Does it work for any railroad that has a train or like buffers or a tunnel? Like any dimension?
I guess only if it's like connected to the universe, I guess.
So like
honestly,
other series is
sort of
like Nickelodeon, Disney, Cartoon Network, when those have trains in it, can those connect?
Well, if Thomas went through the Magic Railroad to Bikini Bottom, his fire would fizzle out.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying logically, like not I don't include SpongeBob SquarePants. No.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Depends on the show.
Yeah, only places that have trains on land, not flying, not swimming.
Now, I'm not saying that the Fairy Odd Parents would be a part of the Magic Railroad universe, because I mean, yeah.
I mean, there was a railroad crossing in The Fairly Odd Parents. It was only on screen for like 2 seconds.
Oh, it was from the Mickey Mouse like episode.
There was a scene where AJ was seen crossing the tracks going over to Chester's house, I think.
Oh, I would think of something else, but well, they have featured. Well, I know that there's a train in the intro, but that doesn't really count as a train. I guess maybe My Little Pony could be connected in the universe, the Magic Road universe, because I mean, there's magic in Equestria.
Yeah. The Loud
especially in
House can be
Ponyville.
connected. I know that. They have a subway system.
Oh, fuck the Loud House. I would
Oh, no.
rather seal up that. I would seal up that area like there's no tomorrow. I would
Not Mickey Mouse Clubhouse either.
I would seal that shut too. The only times we would cross is if so we can,
Are there any popular shows that you like from Nickelodeon?
Only SpongeBob, a little bit of Fairly Odd Parents, iCarly.
I thought you said you didn't like SpongeBob.
Okay, I do like SpongeBob, mostly classic SpongeBob, but a lot of the modern episodes, while some give me nostalgia, most of them are crap. Which I don't know what episode I'm going to cover next on why I hate, but I'm kind of torn between doing Good Neighbors or maybe starting to do a Patrick's a Prick episode.
Wonder Pets.
Okay, I don't hate Wonder Pets anymore.
Or what about Little Einsteins? Could that be part, since there are trains shown?
Yeah, I guess it would be connected to the universe.
Or yeah, it could be connected to Go West Young Train.
Also, I guess, although we better watch out, but maybe the Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood universe might be connected, in which Daniel Tiger would cause all sorts of trouble for Thomas and his friends on the railway.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. And if Trolley is ever seen on the island, then well, we'd be waiting with a bunch of dynamite on railroad tracks.
So, like, what do you consider as part of the Magic Railroad? Does it have to be a full-size railroad, or does it just have to have an entrance or a tunnel or a buffer somewhere? Like, how do you consider it part of the Magic Railroad?
Okay, they have to have tracks. They have to have trains that that have names or whatever.
Right. Basic requirements.
Yeah. However, some engines would be given names if they came across the Magic Road, like the Silver Doll City engines. I'm still trying to think of names for them. I was thinking maybe 504 could be called Little Joe.
I remember you called 76 Pinhead Larry.
And then there's 30 Dan, which that's from the Gasconade Railroad, where Wyatt's has 30 Dan's brothers. They were purchased from the New Bright lines. I still need to add that to the list, actually, of the railroads. The Gasconade.
Yeah. Did you add some more of my engines to the...
Oh, I still need to add your railroad. I need to add Lila Little and a few other engines.
Yeah.
I'll work on that eventually, but well, right now we've passed the 1 hour mark. I'm thinking of maybe I'm probably gonna go to the grocery store later today so I can get some more ramen and more melatonin, because I really don't want to have to lose sleep, because heaven knows I need my sleep, especially before fucking Fridays. At least tomorrow will be a much better day, though. It will be, or so help me, I will probably lose it on someone. It better be a good day tomorrow. Anyway, that's all for this stream, so like, subscribe to the channel, and yeah. This is Drew Thomas signing off. Good night. And so we come to the happy end of our stream. And it's time for all of us to go home, just like Thomas.